First time buyer, this is why I know this ecosystem better than you think and better than anyone else. And I've never told this story anywhere. I've been on 60 podcasts, never told this story. 2 reasons I started this business. 1, I was a self-funded searcher first time buyer back in 2016 after working with an older business partner, after being in private equity, after Harvard Business School. So a bunch of training, more and more entrepreneurship, more and more ownership. I took a run at a great sort of $1.5 million deal in the middle of nowhere, Arkansas, and I was extended. So I had a set of investors. One of the investors had a mentor who was involved with the transaction. The mentor of my investor torpedoed the deal. What do I mean by torpedoed the deal? He didn't want my equity investor to get into the deal because he was leveraging my equity investor to actually get business on his other company. So he wanted my equity investor to stay at the company that he was currently working at that was giving business to the mentor's company. And so there was a bigger play at hand that I wasn't aware of. So torpedo, this man walked into a room where it was supposed to be just hors d'oeuvres, a beer or two, and getting to know each other, and came in like a private investigator on First 48 and totally berated, was nasty to, told a seller of a business, I call a free person. When you own a business that's protecting your family, you're a free person. When another free person tries to tell another free person what to do, it is so disrespectful that there's really no way to take it back. You would rather be called a cuss word than have a free man try to tell another free man what to do. And so in the midst of that deal blew up. I was far overextended. I had borrowed money from my equity investors. I put on 40 pounds and I am driving Lyft in a Land Rover in Atlanta as a Harvard Business School grad 8 years out. And so for a year, I took a break year, and I had to think long and hard around how could I leverage my skills that were very specialized to add value in this ecosystem, to add value in this small and medium business acquisition world that I had literally committed my whole career to. I had been in the business of buying small businesses since before there was a class on it at Harvard. Back when people said that only deals with $2 million of EBITDA were private equity or acquisition relevant. So I've been in this so long, I've been an OG, and so how do you use these OG skills to create value? And Guardian became the way that I delivered value through these unique skills. An attempted business acquisition, a fiery torpedo, nasty failure, a time of sort of reflection and realization and recommitment to the ecosystem. Because in those times, of course, I had to consider leaving the ecosystem because it hadn't been nice to me yet. And so I had to recommit. So part of it was the solution to how to leverage skills that I had spent 10 years bleeding, sweating, working for free, all kinds of stuff that people who endure and endeavor to buy small businesses do, and still had come up short of where I wanted to be in that. And Guardian was a way to leverage those skills to help people, to not squander them. They were too specialized to squander. I couldn't put them on the shelf, and I loved the area of business too much. And the second reason was I saw the fake gurus telling everybody buying businesses was easy. And then I saw people reading 10 pages of a book or even the full book and thinking that, oh, without any advisors, not spending any money, that they were going to be in position to buy $1 million business with $1 million personal guarantee, meaning they were going to take on debt that if the business did not pay off that debt, they would then have to pay off that debt whether the business was functioning or not, at the expense of going bankrupt. And I knew these people were being told lies. They were being misguided. And these are regular, everyday people. These aren't rich, highfalutin people that are losing 1/10 of their inheritance. No. These are everyday people that made it from lower middle class to 6 figures to mid-career to maybe $1 million of assets and just enough entrepreneurial spirit to go endeavor to buy a business. These people were going to be had very easily given a lot of the complexities of small and medium business that people were underestimating and under sort of showing in their presentations, their classes, their Instagrams, their TikToks. And I had the solution to that because I spent the past 10 years hiring diligence, learning how to do deals, recognizing how to do it on the cheap, all the things that a first-time self-funded buyer needs to know how to do. And so as these people became more and more voluminous, there became more and more of them in the arena, they needed a solution that wasn't just a quality of earnings provider, not just some audit accountant that would tell you, hey, this number is this number is that. No. They needed a complete solution to do due diligence on their business that had elements of the mental toughness, tenacity, and kind of nuanced, elegant skill set to get past some of the challenges in this endeavor. And Guardian was the solution that people needed, even though they didn't recognize it. It was a strong world-class quality of earnings with a deal coach and me that had been around this long enough to be able to help people get through it, along with a pedigree that I had that became beyond reproach, so that when 60-year-old business brokers and 60-year-old sellers attempted to railroad my clients, I could very calmly dissect and tear those poorly thought arguments or inaccurate comments. I could tear them apart based on 10, 15 years of experience and credentials that were beyond reproach. So those are the two reasons that I started Guardian Due Diligence. Thank you guys for watching the video. And if you want information, click the first link down below the video.